All right, so here we go. We're going to get started drawing the skull. So the first thing you want to do is you want to draw the letter C. Yep, represents the top of the skull. Shh, I don't want you to talk. I want you to draw. So the C represents the top of the skull. Then you're going to scoop in a little bit to represent where the ears would be. Then you're going to do a line diagonal down to represent the jaw and then across. Okay. Actually, let me make it a little bit bigger for you guys to see, okay? There you go, better. Okay. Next, we're gonna draw the eye sockets. They're called the occipital cavity. So you're gonna draw two, don't talk please. You're gonna draw two circles to represent the occipital cavity. And then a triangle upside down to represent the nose cavity, nasal cavity. And his teeth right here. To draw the teeth, you could just draw the letter M, a line, a line. All right, to draw the teeth. Now, the next bone right here, this is called the mandible. Mandible. The mandible starts here with the line across. Here, a line across. Back up. It looks like the letter C, right? Keep drawing. Joshua, there should be no questions. Follow along. All right, so the teeth are the same thing. You have your horizontal line for the teeth. And then you're going to draw this shape like an attached parallelogram for the bottom of the jaw, okay? Next, this whole long thing here is the vertebrae column, right? It's broke up in three sections. You have the cervical vertebrae, you have the thoracic vertebrae, and you have the lumbar. The cervicals are in the neck. There are 7 little ovals, little flat ovals. So you're going to draw 7 little ovals. That is the neck. Next, right here, this shape here is the clavicle. Feel on your neck. You could feel the clavicle bone. They also call this the collarbone, okay? It has the letter V for the indentation, and it leads to your shoulder. So we're going to do that. Draw the letter V and out on both sides. You're going to end this shape with the little C. Okay? The bones are not lines. So you're actually going to make it, give some width to the clavicle bone. Next, this bone here, we can color it in. All right, next. is the sternum. The sternum is this bone right here. When you give CPR, that's where they press. This is where your heart is located. The sternum is going to be a rectangle that comes down to a point. So a rectangle that comes down to a point. You can color that in. It does look kind of like a sword. So now these are your ribs. When you eat ribs, you're eating this same part. Why do I hear talking and I'm talking? When you eat ribs, you're going to eat, you are eating this part of the animal, the ribs that's protecting the animal's heart and lungs. People have ribs too. We have 12 pair of ribs. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 ribs, actually, the first 3 ribs go up to the scapula. So let's draw the scapula, which is a round shape in the arm. And then we're going to draw 3 pairs of curved lines to go to the scapula. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do that on both sides. 1, 2, 3. The next 3 set of ribs wrap around and go to the back, and they go horizontal. 1, 2, 3. Right, but the ribs protect your lungs. Okay, it's like a cage. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Do that on both sides. 1, 2, 3. Next, these ribs down here protect the bottom part of your lungs. Breathe in and breathe out. Your lungs right there. So this cartilage here, this is attached. The bone are connected through cartilage, and it's a movable, squishy material. So this has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So these are gonna loop downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exactly. The last part is we're gonna continue this spinal column with our thoracic. There are 7 thoracic vertebrae. So we're just gonna draw little rectangles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. From that 7th thoracic vertebrae right here, we have our last pair of ribs, okay? So they come out like the letter C from that last thoracic. See, the ribs come from the front and the back to connect to those, so let's connect them. All right, next. Right here, everyone turn your body, lift your hand and turn your body from side to side. Do you feel that those muscles on your sides? Yeah. Those are called oblique muscles. They are really big muscles, only second to the ones over your femur. So yes, this helps support the obliques. These are called lumbar. So they are vertebrae with little wings. Let's go ahead and draw those. They are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's draw those. So it's a rectangle with the little wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, next. Make these a little bit thicker. So you can actually see that they wrap around, so they're not like little thin lines. All right, next. All right, this bone right here is called the sacrum, and this is called the coccyx. The sacrum is a U-shaped bone, and the coccyx is a triangle. Believe it or not, people many years ago had tails. Okay, so this is, so yes, we had tails. So this bone is just like a cow. You know how a cow or a dog has a tail? People had the same kind of appenditure, but this bone is still in there even though we don't use it anymore. All right, this here, this bone that looks like a butterfly, this is called the pelvic girdle. Say pelvic girdle. Now, I heard Calvin say that, excuse me, if you want to add something, raise your hand. Wait till I finish talking. The pelvic girdle, I heard Calvin say, this is your bladder. Your bladder is actually a muscle. So we're not drawing muscles, we're only drawing the bones. But it has a circle in it because this is where your diaphragm sits. And he's right, your bladder sits down here as well. Yes, what's your question? What's your question? Right, exactly. All right, so this bone looks like a butterfly. So we're gonna draw that. Yep, it kind of comes, it starts right here at your sacrum, here, out. So it's like a number 3. A wide crest, and then a diagonal down. God bless you. All right, in this lobe, you have 2 circles, and this is where your glutamus maximus, which is your butt muscles, attach. Okay? You're also going to drop the cavity in. Okay? So draw that cavity in. All right, next. Right here. This is your femur. Your femur is the longest bone in the body. Say the femur is the longest bone in the body.
Femur is the longest bone in the body.
Good. It is a socket joint. It is a socket, ball and socket joint. So this is the ball of the bone. You're going to draw a ball and then a little rectangle. Then the bone comes down. The length of the femur should be, you can measure the rib cage. The femur is longer than the rib cage. Yep. So do it on both sides. The ball and socket. Then the bone. Now, the tip of the femur is really interesting. it has a little round shape, so we can have a gliding joint called the knee, okay? It is flat, so these two bones can connect together. So we're gonna do that shape.
Well, I have a fractured leg. What does that mean?
A fracture means your leg has a break, but it's not completely broken. That means it has like a little crack in it. All right, next.
That's my leg.
In the bottom part of your leg, we call it the shin, but the two bones in the body are called the tibula and the fibula. The tibula is the bigger bone. The fibula is the little thin, fine bone. Okay, so let's draw. Yep. So let's draw your tibula and your fibula. The big bone on both of the people are on the inside. So the tibia is always on the inside. Tibula and fibula. All right, next. This is the last part for the bottom part of the body. Right here, your ankle. Your ankle is a muscle joint. Don't do that. I need you to continue to draw, please. This middle part of your foot, this is called the talus. We're going to draw the talus by just like an oval kind of shape. Okay. The back of the talus, this ball-shaped foot. Hey, stop talking. The bottom part of the foot right here is the calcaneus. It's like a ball. Okay, so draw the calcaneus. The middle part of the toes, this is called the tarsal. So it's like a polygon. I don't need you to talk. The long part of the toe is called the tarsals. So you're going to draw 4 toes and a big toe. And the bottom part of the toe is called the phalanges. All right, we're going to go back up on our skeleton.
Because of the arms.
Yep.
We need
All right, so for our skeleton arms, this muscle here is the Honora. Cover your mouth and your nose. In the arm socket right here, when you get a shot in your arm for the doctor, is it funny? No. But guess what it is? It's humerus. The name of this bone is called a humerus. So you're going to draw a ball and a rectangle just like the knee. Then you're going to draw down. The humerus stops at your elbow. So that's going to be right at your rib cage too. Next, your forearm right here has 2 bones in it as well. It is the radius on the outside, that's the big one, and the ulna is on the inside. Radius and ulna. So we have the same chicken wing joint because it is The radius and the ulna. All right, you ready for the last part? Thank you, students who are quiet. All right, so the hand muscles. The hand muscle. The first one is called the metacarpal. The metacarpal is like a little parallelogram or trapezoid. That's the metacarpal. Anytime you have the word meta in the front of something, it means middle. The first segment of the fingers are called the carpals. So we're going to draw 5 carpals. Yep.
We know 5 of them?
Yep. Right. And the tips of the fingers are called phalanges.
Is this our X-ray?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get an X-ray.
All right, so you have officially created your own skeleton. Make sure you sign your artwork.
I'm gonna put my hand in.
Yep. Now, on the edges of your paper, you may decorate it however you want to. If you want to draw Halloween candy, you can do that. If you want to just draw shapes, you can do that. If you want to draw organs in the body, you can do that. Mr. C, come here. Bring me your paper. All right, so here is some student artwork. This is Kayvon's skeleton. Good job. Next student. This is, say your name. This is Chloe's skeleton. Put your name. Oh, you got your name on it. Okay. What's your name?
I wrote it in cursive.
Next student.
I'm going to write my name, but not yet.
Okay, this is Calvin's artwork. Yes. All right, next. This is Jordan's artwork. Ladies, too much talking in the background. Anybody else want to show their artwork in my class? Come on up. This is Angelie's artwork. Yes, that's not yours.
Let me see Angelie.
This is Angelie's artwork. All right, you want to show? This is Joshua's artwork.
His mouth is like this. Angelie.
Is that everybody in class? All right, my students on Zoom, please show your artwork to the screen. We're going to show your artwork. Everybody on the screen, let's go. This, everyone in class, be quiet and look, please. Yes. This is Kaylee's artwork.
That is so cute.
This is Malia's artwork. Hey, Abigail. All right, this is Jeremiah's artwork. All right, this is Aiden's artwork. Aiden did a house. Cool beans, Aiden. I like it. This is Mariah's artwork. Maria,
Hey, Maria.
sit down. This is Velvet's artwork. This is Moshea's artwork. Excuse me, if you can hear me clap one time. If you can hear me clap 2 times. Fins up, look up. Jaws shut, listen up. You guys, as an artist, it is very important that you also know how to observe the artwork as well as create it. When we are sharing, you should give your utmost attention to the person on the screen. That means you're not playing. That means you're not commenting. You are just watching and observing the artwork. Then we will have an opportunity to give feedback. Thumbs up if you understand. Thank you. All right, now this is Ethan's artwork. Okay, let's see who else in my Zoomiverse. Ethan, can you show it again, please? We have another student who wants to see it. Nice job, Ethan. Yes, you can do a round of applause. All right, any other students in the Zoomiverse who wants to show their artwork? All right, well, I think we had a good time today. Michaela, I didn't see anything from you. Can I see your artwork, Michaela?
She can't hear you because she can't hear you because she doesn't have a microphone.
Okay. Michaela, she sees her picture. She could probably get the picture. Show your artwork, Michaela. Okay. All right.